The great factory in Everett, Washington, stands silent for the first time in over 50 years. Tonight, the last Boeing 747, a freighter, makes its final slow journey out of the assembly bay. The hangar doors open to the cold night air as the overhead lights dim, casting long shadows across the empty floor. This is not just the end of a production line, it's the closing of a remarkable chapter in human history. The 747 was never just an airplane. It was a symbol of ambition, a promise of a connected world. For many, its iconic hump was their first glimpse of international travel, their first taste of a world made smaller. As the tug pulls the giant aircraft into the darkness, the weight of its legacy is palpable. Every rivet and wire holds stories of families reunited, businesses built, and presidents flown safely. The 747 democratized air travel, making the world accessible to ordinary people. The engineers and mechanics watch with pride and sorrow, knowing no other aircraft will command the same reverence. The Queen is leaving her palace for the last time, and aviation will never be quite the same. Our story begins with Juan Trippe, the visionary leader of Pan Am who dreamed of a plane that would shatter all expectations. In the 1960s, air travel was booming but airports were congested. Trippe wanted a jet twice the size of anything before. Boeing took the gamble, betting its future on a new factory in Everett, the largest building by volume in the world. The fate of Boeing rested on this unproven design. Led by Joe Sutter, a team of over 50,000, the Incredibles, worked around the clock, inventing new ways to build and new technologies. Every calculation had to be perfect. The pressure was immense. The 747's iconic hump was born from foresight. Designers placed the cockpit above the main deck, allowing for a hinged nose to load cargo. This design, anticipating a future of supersonic travel, gave the 747 its unforgettable silhouette. By accident, it also created the perfect space for a luxurious upper-deck lounge. The gamble was on, and the world was about to change. Joe Sutter and the Incredibles faced a race against time and the laws of physics. The 747 scale was unprecedented. 4 massive engines, 18 wheels, a wingspan longer than the Wright brothers' first flight. The team invented new manufacturing processes, solving problems with no precedent. The Everett factory became a city unto itself, with engineers living on site, driven by a sense of history. Many doubted the 747 could ever fly safely. On February 9, 1969, the first 747 stood ready for its maiden flight. As the engines roared, tension filled the air. The giant lumbered down the runway, then, with grace, lifted off. The impossible had been achieved. A minor flap issue cut the flight short, but the point was made. The 747 could fly, and it flew beautifully. The pilots called it nimble, a pilot's plane. The critics were silenced, and a new era in aviation began. The gamble had paid off. With Pan Am's launch in 1970, the 747 became the monarch of long-haul travel. Its size and range opened new routes and made air travel more profitable. Airlines worldwide rushed to add the jumbo jet to their fleets. The 747 became a symbol of global ambition. The 747-400, introduced in 1989, brought a glass cockpit, more efficient engines, and longer range, defining international travel for decades. At its peak, 747s carried a quarter of all long-haul passengers. The 747 was chosen for unique missions: Air Force One, NASA's shuttle carrier, and more. Its shape became a cultural icon, instantly recognizable worldwide. The 747 was more than a product, it was part of our collective consciousness. It represented the optimism of an era when technology promised a boundless future. The reign of the Queen was a golden age for travel. The 747 didn't just carry more people, it redefined luxury in the sky. Early airlines transformed the upper deck into cocktail lounges and restaurants, a social club at 35,000 feet. Premium cabins featured wide seats, fine dining, and generous space. The 747 was a flying palace, where the journey was as important as the destination. Even economy class felt spacious, with twin aisles and divided cabins. For many, the 747's comfort was a revelation. Over time, economics led to more seats and fewer lounges, but the legacy of luxury endured. Airlines introduced lie-flat beds and exclusive nose cabins. The 747 set the standard for premium air travel, influencing today's first-class suites. It taught the world that flying could be truly luxurious. The Queen made every journey memorable. The 747's 4 engines, once revolutionary, became its Achilles heel. Rising fuel costs made it expensive compared to new twin-engine jets like the 777 and A350. Airlines shifted to more efficient point-to-point travel, bypassing the hub-and-spoke model the 747 was built for. Boeing's final attempt, the 747-8, was too late. The market had moved on. The freighter version found some success, but the passenger model faded. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated retirements, grounding fleets overnight. Airlines, like British Airways and Qantas, retired their 747s years early. The end came suddenly, not with a slow decline, but an abrupt farewell. The skies felt emptier without the Queen. Her reign as a passenger carrier was over. January 31, 2023, Boeing employees gathered in Everett to say goodbye to the last 747. The final aircraft, an Atlas Air 747-8 freighter, gleamed under the factory lights. The mood was reverent, not celebratory. Workers signed a banner. "Thank you, 747." Tears were shed, stories shared, and memories honored. As the hangar doors opened, the Queen was towed out for her final departure. The engines roared, and the aircraft performed a wing dip in salute. The plane turned west, leaving behind an empty assembly line and a legacy that will never be forgotten. The 747 production line closed, ending a proud chapter in Boeing's history. As the sound faded, a new silence settled over Everett. A legend passed into history. Though the last 747 has left the factory, her presence endures. Most 747s now serve as cargo freighters, their unique nose design perfect for heavy loads. Companies like Atlas Air and UPS rely on the 747 to keep global supply chains moving. Passenger 747s are rare, but their final flights drew crowds of enthusiasts eager for one last ride. The 747's true legacy is the world it created, making international travel affordable for millions. It democratized flight, spurred tourism, and connected families across continents. The 747 pioneered high-bypass turbofan engines, setting the standard for modern airliners. Its innovations in materials and manufacturing shaped the industry. Every wide-body jet today owes something to the 747. The Queen's influence is everywhere, in every long-haul flight. The Queen of the Skies wasn't defeated by a better plane, but by the march of economics. Her decline was inevitable, not a failure. Yet the 747 was more than numbers. It embodied the dream of flight. Its presence inspired wonder, respect, and affection from pilots, crews, and passengers alike. No other aircraft captured the public's imagination in quite the same way. The 747 taught us to think big and connect the world. Its story is a testament to human courage and belief in the possible. The Queen's legacy will endure.